Hi folks, Rich Pasini from rjpasini-com. I'm coming to you this evening just to share a little information with you, and I just wanted to give you a heads up on something. Um, it's in regards to buyers returning merchandise that supposedly wasn't for them, so to speak. I think I mentioned something about this here on one of my previous videos a while back about buyers not reading the descriptions, and therefore it wasn't what they expected and they wanted to send it back. My thing is, I've been experiencing that I had about five items returned. Well, supposed to be returned, I believe. And one buyer ended up keeping the item. The other four buyers were supposedly going to return the items. And out of the four buyers that were supposed to return the item, one did. Now, eBay, if correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm hoping maybe one of you guys could share the information with me and the other sellers and buyers, of course. eBay has some kind of format where if a buyer is canceling something or wants to return it, it's something along the line where they say accept the return and let the buyer hold on to the merchandise or whatever, the item, and you issue a refund. It's something along that line. I can't swear per se, I can't say verbatim what it actually is, but it's something along that line where they are telling you to, you could accept the buyer or let the buyer keep the item, hold on to the item, and then you refund them. I am not going to follow that format when it comes to returns or cancellations. Me personally, this goes out to all buyers at this time. I do not issue a refund unless I have the merchandise in my hand and I do an inspection of it. I've been hearing too many stories where people had supposedly sent an item out, the buyer gets it, they may be taking parts off it and returning it, whatever. There's a lot of crazy things going on out there in the eBay world between sellers and buyers, and I feel bad, but I am not going to issue a refund based on that format that eBay has instituted when it comes to returns or cancellation. I'm not going to let somebody hold on to something and issue a refund right away. That's not going to work for me, and I will not do that. And I would suggest, my personal opinion, I would suggest that any a seller wouldn't do the same thing, wouldn't issue a refund right away. I don't know. Maybe there are people that do it. I'm not going to be one of them. And the reason why I say that is because I think with everything going on, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you got to think about this. If you, as the seller, issue a refund before you get the merchandise, think about this. A buyer could tell you, I don't want it, I don't want the item, I want a refund or I want to cancel it. You issue a refund right away, and the buyer could hold on to the item, or they could ship it. They could tell you they sent the item out with no tracking number, and maybe it was never sent out. There are a lot of scammers out there, and I'm not saying everybody's a scammer that we do business with, but we have to take note of this here. We have to be aware of what's going on. If you tell me you're going to send something, you want to return something to me, first off, I always say, save the packaging if you're not sure. Well, I don't put it in my description, but my thing is, keep your packaging, original packaging, and the way I sent it to you is the way I want it sent back to me. Okay? If I went through all the trouble to really pack up the item and make sure it was going to get to you in one piece, that's how I want it sent back to me. Let alone, the buyer is also responsible for return shipping. So that's my rule of thumb. And if it comes back to me, I don't issue it right away. I have to inspect this, the item. I'm not going to just, as soon as I pick the box up, or the box gets delivered to the home, or the post office box, whatever, I take it home, and I'm going to open that item up, and I'm going to do a visual inspection on it and make sure all the parts are there. If it's an electronic thing, if it's broken or something's missing from it, then that's where the problem will arise. I will not be able to issue a refund if it's broken, okay, because you poorly packaged the item. All right. I send out priority mail when I have the opportunity to. I'd rather use priority mail because it's tracking and insured, and I don't use parcel select all the time because I'm not sure if it is insured. I don't think it is. That's why I use the priority mail when it comes to certain items. So my suggestion to all of you buyers and sellers, of course, to make sure that when you're getting an item or somebody wants to return your item to you, I wouldn't be too quick to issue a refund. Okay, think about this. I'll give you an example, and it's kind of scary when you think about it. And again, if anybody had an experience like this, share it with us. I like to hear what you have to say. I had in the past, I sent something out, and I believe it had tracking on it, but the person claimed they never got it. So what happens in a situation like that? You send it out, it has tracking on it. The buyer email said, I never received the item. Now there's probable causes. It could have got lost on the way in the mail, even though it has tracking on it. It could have went from one post office location to another. It might have got lost in transit. It might have fell off a conveyor belt. Maybe it's under the table or something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of variable reasons why they may not received it. Maybe it was left on the person's porch, depending what kind of item it was, and somebody came strolling along, picked it up. That's happened. I heard many stories like that. You hear stories like that with the FedEx man drops off a package, or FedEx or UPS guy drops a package off in someone's house, and the package is gone. There's people that would scope it. They go around the neighborhood riding bicycles or whatever, and they're looking, they're saying, hey, here's a package over there. When you see a big package, there's something in there, right? Something big is in there. Something's got to be good in there, right? So, they pick it up, and it's gone. There's things that happen like that. As a matter of fact, I had a buyer that wants an item to be shipped out on Friday, tomorrow, and they said, because they emailed me and they said, I'm not going to be home Saturday. So I emailed the buyer back and I said, well, when would you like me to ship this out? And I said, would you want me to ship it out Friday of this week, which is tomorrow? Today's Thursday, tomorrow it's going to go out. Or would you want me to wait till Monday? And the person emailed me back and said, no, Friday would be good. So now, tomorrow, the package will go out first thing in the morning. And hopefully it'll get there. Well, it's not going to get there in one day. It'll probably get there next week, sometime next week. Now, if the person specifically wants it delivered on Saturday, that's a different story. They're going to have to either pay for overnight delivery or something like that. But in the meantime, if it happens to not get there by Saturday and it gets there during the middle of the week, which most likely it will, and there's a problem with it missing, that's not my fault, okay? Unless you specify you want a special service, I'm going to do what you tell me. If it's going to go out priority mail. It's tracked and insured, and that's how that's going to go out. But the thing is, what I'm saying with the other issue in regards to refunding people money, I wouldn't be too eager and too quick to jump on the refund ban, so to speak. Assess the situation, see what it's all about. If the person claims they don't want it, you could email the person, or they want to cancel it. If they cancel an order and it's done before, I pretty much, if it's during the day, during business hours, and someone sends me, they pay for something, I usually ship it out within 5 or 10 minutes. So if you make a purchase from me and it's during business hours, regular business hours, I will print up the shipping label, package it, and run it off to the post office. The local one over here, I have another post office box I deal with. My P.O. box is another town, but I'll run it to my local post office and ship it out right away. Okay, But if it's something other than that, where you decide to cancel later on, that's a different story. But if you do it within the time frame, like right away, you decide to cancel it, that's no problem. With the refund, with the returning merchandise, is where the problem comes in. And like I said, I think it's very important that us sellers make sure that if a buyer is gonna wants a refund return and they want to return it, get the item in your hand. It's just basic common sense. I don't know, because if you look at that format that eBay uses, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's in regards to, it says something along the line about let the buyer hold on to it and you issue a refund. It's something like that. And I think that's not right to do that, because again, if a buyer says that there, I don't like the unit, I want, whatever it is, I'm going to send it back, I want a refund. And if you're quick to to jump to things right away, you're spontaneous, you might sit there and say, okay, no problem, I'll refund your money. You refund it, they got your money, they got their money back. All right, eBay would step in and say, I'm sure they'll mitigate between you and the buyer and try to work a resolution out. But you know what? I would say in most cases, as the seller, you're going to take a hit on it. So just keep that in mind. The other thing I want to talk about is a global shipping program. Do any of you guys use the global shipping program? If you do, can you let me know if you like it, if you had bad experience with it? The reason why I'm asking is because I've had I went on YouTube and I was watching about it, and I heard some nightmares with some stories and some nightmares about it, where people had sent stuff to overseas, over other countries. I'll say overseas, other countries, and the buyer would not complain, but say, I never got the item, or it was held up in customs. There was always some kind of discrepancy with that shipping stuff over there. So I heard good things and bad things about it. I also hear that selling international can boost up your sales. Now, I don't sell international, but I ended up selling international, and I'm going to explain how I think I got there. And this is another point I want to talk to you about. If you have, I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say you're selling a CD player, and it's just a CD player. You're not selling any earbuds or headphones with it, or a carrying case, whatever. All right. Those are the items you're not selling. You're just selling just the CD player itself. Okay. All right. So this is what I do. Let's say I'm selling a Sony CD player, model 123. So I'll type in the search engine on eBay, because I want to get an idea what it's going to sell for. I want to try to match the price point up, or work a little variance in it, maybe a little higher, a little lower, depending. See who's selling for what. So I go in the search engine, eBay search engine, on their website, and I type in Sony model 123. A whole bunch are going to come up. I don't know. My rule of thumb is you pick the first guy that has it. I mean, you could scroll down. Suppose there's 5,000. I'm not going to go through 5,000 lists and see who's selling what. I want a medium price point. I want to work, medium. In other words, if the guy's selling one for $20 and another guy's selling for $15, maybe I want to be right in the middle. I don't know. I'm just using it as an example. So, you do that. He said, all right, I'm going to go with the first guy. And it says on there, you ever see when it says sell one, or have one to sell, or sell one? You'll notice that in the ads. If you haven't already, I'm sure you've done it. And so you click that on. Now, look at the title. When you see the title, look at it and make sure if the guy's selling the same thing, if he's selling a CD player only, then you say, okay, that's okay. But make sure in the title he's not listing in there Sony model 123 selling earphones, headphones or earbuds, whatever, with carrying case. Now, if you're not paying attention and you go along and you use that title, where your title should say CD player, Sony model 123 only, Sony only player, only CD player only. That's it. Make sure when you're looking at that description, Now, the only thing that's good about that is, doing that sell now thing is everything's kind of like pre-formatted. So if he's got it in categories as stereos and whatever, CD players, whatever, that's fine. Okay. If you don't like what he has in there, or him or her, you could always go in there, change the categories around. But if you're using that mirror imaging, that format, that seller who's selling the same exact thing as yours, make sure you scroll down and look at the other parts of the selling format. Like it'll say, is this package? Like in other words, description. Like if it's telling you, does it come with earbuds, headphones, and carrying case? Make sure you uncheck those, especially if you're just selling the CD player. Again, I'm using the CD player as an example. And look it over. It doesn't put the price in there. It's not going to put the price. Now, if he's selling his for $29.99 and you're saying, well, you're not going to worry about that because you're selling yours for maybe $14.99, whatever. And also, make sure, I've seen some ads from sellers saying they're selling, let's say, again, the Sony model 123 with this, that, and the other thing, and plus offering free shipping. Now, if you're not paying attention, this happened to me. Okay, it happened to me a couple of times because I was in a hurry to get the items listed and I wasn't paying attention. And it's a good thing nobody put a bid on it because I would have been out of free shipping. I didn't want to offer free shipping. This person had free shipping on there. Okay, so you want to be careful with the tagline there, the title line. Make sure that if you do use that sell now feature, make sure you're looking at that title. And if you're selling it the same exact thing, what he's selling, him or her selling, if they're selling it with the with the earbuds, headphones, whatever carrying case, and they're offering free shipping, then leave it be. But if you're not, make sure you correct that. Okay, that's one thing. Then when you go down to the layout, make sure if you're just selling the CD player, you uncheck the things that you're not offering as a package. Because they have those little things there with the description, the brand, the model number, and all that stuff. You'll see a thing that'll say things that come with it, whatever, bundle package. Make sure you uncheck those things because I'll tell you why. If you forget and you don't put it in your regular quote description, the buyer's going to say, hey, where's the bundle they're supposed to get? The headphones, the earphones, the carrying case. You said in your ad you had it there. And you never, and you don't have those things to give them. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared with that there. The other thing is, unless, now I'm getting back to international shipping. If you're going to ship international, then this doesn't apply to you. If you're not going to sell international, then you want to hear this. When you're using another person's selling format, now I could be wrong, but most likely that person, him or her, whoever, that seller, probably checked off international selling. So if they did that and you don't want to sell international, uncheck it. Okay? The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't sell international. I don't plan on selling international. I know I heard stories where if you sell international, it could help boost your sales and so on and so forth. I'm not ready for that yet. Okay, I'm not too keen on it right now. Not at this point. I'm not too keen on it. What I was getting back to, as far as like how international ended up in my listing, is because when I was using that sell now feature, somebody, I guess the seller, had checked that off, and me not thinking, scrolling down, not worrying about that, putting my price in there, and what my shipping costs are going to be. Is there going to be flat rate shipping to all, same cost, whatever? Or I was going through that whole selling format. I didn't see international checked off. I wasn't paying attention to it. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention to it. Like I said, we all make mistakes. That's why when people don't read descriptions and they do stuff like that of that nature, we all make mistakes. I mean, people might order on impulse, whatever. That's another story. I think I already talked about the eBay sell or buy is not reading description. I did that. I did a video on that. But what I'm trying to say is that's how I ended up with international shipping. And I don't want to do international shipping. So I'll be honest with you. because I listed so much, I'm not saying I list thousands. I mean, I only had like 100 and something at the time. There were quite a few that had international shipping. And I'm saying, why would that be? I don't even save that as a draft. When you can save your drafts, like your format to sell, your selling format is a draft. I didn't check off international shipping. So then I said to myself, later on I said, wait a minute. That must have been when I did the Sell Now feature. Okay? So that's my fault. That's my fault. But I'm going to say this, though, in regards to international shipping. I don't know how many I had, but I had quite a few to change. And I'll be honest with you. My personal opinion, with the ones that accidentally were put on or listed as with international shipping, I didn't get this, 0. Maybe inquiries out of all of that, let's say 150, whatever. Well, not that I'm saying I had 150 that had international shipping, but a majority of them did. I got maybe 2 inquiries. Or some months I got nothing. So to me, all right, people might say, well, maybe the people that were looking overseas, they didn't like what you had to offer. Well, that's possible. I mean, hey, I'm not selling top-notch stuff. I think I sell good stuff, but I'm not selling something that's in high demand. But, these people, like I said, I might have got maybe 1 or 2 inquiries. One was to sell in Germany. And I told the person, I said, at this time, I don't ship international. It's right now, I don't really need it. And like I said, it didn't really, the ones I had listed on there that got accidentally put on there, it didn't do me any good. I didn't do good in sales with that. I'll be honest with you. Again, it could be the things I sell. All right. I'm not selling anything that's phenomenal. I tried to get items that I think are good, that might be appealing to buyers, or I tried to moderately price them, and it is what it is. That's the whole art of selling on eBay. It is like an art. You gotta work things out. You gotta work price points. You want to try to get merchandise that it's going to be appealing to people. But then again, when you got X amount of millions of people selling the same thing, it's a little difficult. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys in regards to the international shipping thing and the global shipping program. I just want to get feedback from you guys. If anybody had any feedback or dealt with any of these things, these programs, or had any experience like what I shared, what I just shared with you guys, let me know. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Maybe I'm at fault. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just because I'm a top-rated seller, it doesn't make me any better than anybody else. I mean, that's just I don't know. It's, to me, top-rated seller. It's a nice thing to have, achieve, but it doesn't really mean anything to me. It's just, I guess that's eBay saying, you're a good seller or whatever. I try to do the right thing by people. I'm an honest seller. If there's something wrong, let's say a person does get something and they want to return it. I don't give anybody a hard time. If you don't like an item, return it. As simple as all that. That's why I have satisfaction guaranteed. The only thing I always ask in return is that if you're a buyer and the transaction goes over well, if you want to leave me a feedback and share it with the rest of the world, hey, that the guy's fair, he's honest, he refunded my money, whatever, with no problems. That's the way I work. I'm not out to do this business where it's going to make the buyer unhappy or unsatisfied. I want to have repeat customers. I want to have people be happy with their selling, with their buying experience with me. I pretty much run the show. I do the whole thing myself, pretty much. Unless if I get really booked up, I could ask family members to help. But for the most part, I do it all. And that's basically it. That's all I can tell you. I just wanted to touch bases with you on that stuff. If you guys want to share anything, with me and the rest of the eBay buyers and sellers out there, that'd be great. If you like the channel, you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If you like the information I provide, if you think it's helpful, if you think it's whatever, you could give it a thumbs up. I would rather have a thumbs up than a thumbs down, but that's up to you. If you give me a thumbs down, I'm still going to make videos. Not for nothing, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm still going to be making videos. I mean, I'm not going to let that bother me. The stuff I share might not be too appealing to some people, and they may, thumbs it down, and that's fine. I'm not looking for notoriety or popularity with this here. I share these things because I want to see. I like to try to give you guys a little insight out there, and I could learn from your experiences, and you can learn from my mistakes and my experiences. So that's why I do these videos. If I could help out in any way, I will share with you whatever I know as far as when it comes to eBay. I'll be more than happy to. And the other problem I want to just say one other thing in closing is I noticed that I wanted to try to get involved with merch by Amazon, and some people were saying it takes months, sometimes even close to 6 months, or I don't know. I tried applying for it, and it's taken forever and a day. So if anybody has any experience with merch by Amazon, if you could let me know. I'm just curious about that as well. I just want to share one other thing. I have a Facebook page that's dedicated to eBay top rated sellers. It's a group if you want, but it's also under rjpasini.com. If you want to subscribe to that, or join the Facebook page, that's great. That's basically it. And I'm also on Twitter. If you're interested on Twitter, that'd be great as well. If you want to just check it out, I'll probably pop some links on there and share with you guys. But anyway, thanks again. Have a great day. I hope everyone's having a good selling season, so far. The sales for me has been up and down. It's not too bad. Yesterday was good. Today's a little quiet. It is what it is. I don't expect. I heard from some people on eBay Radio that they had one seller on there stating that, which makes sense, that during a Christmas season, not everybody's going to be buying used merchandise, which makes sense. I mean, think about it. You're going to buy something old or whatever it is, or pre-owned, and you're going to give it to your spouse, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or whatever, or your sons or daughters. I mean, it depends what you're getting them. They might want something, a vintage radio or something. I don't know, something old, whatever, something old, pre-new. I don't know, but you got to expect that. And this person was also saying, after the holidays, January should pick up. Well, for some people, maybe. He's saying this is what this person said. He sees the uptick after the Christmas holiday, that everything starts picking up on eBay, so their sales get good. We'll see what happens. It's been up and down for me. But like I said, I love eBay. I love this business. I love selling. I would like to also change up my merchandise. I think the stuff I have right now on eBay, the DVDs and certain items in there, I think I'm going to start shying away from them and try to get a little different, change it up a little. I don't know if I'm going to sell a lot of DVDs and stuffed dolls and stuff like that. I want to kind of deplete the inventory I have and try to get ready to get new stuff for January and going forward. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, the prices won't probably be as low as I'm selling now. There'll probably be a little higher end prices, not much, but there'll probably be a little higher end prices. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I want to clear out the inventory I have now. I want to get rid of the stuff I have, and then we'll take it from there. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks a lot. Sorry I keep rambling on. Have a great day, great night, and you take care. Bye-bye now.